7:37, 69 degrees. Listen. Yeah, I know what's going on in the city. But you know what? There's something incredible going on in the city of Worcester. Something that goes back to all of our roots, a tradition that has been absent for about a decade. And that's a sin. But you know what? Some wonderful people are resurrecting it. I am talking about the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Italian Festival 2015. It is coming back. Mark your calendar right now. Maybe you've been driving on 290. You've seen the signs by Mount Carmel there. It is coming back August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and I am honored to have in the studio with me 3 people from this great event. First of all, Janelle Garofoli, she is the co-chair. Nino Jimé, a committee member, and Mike Scaglione, also a committee member. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, Jim.
How are you guys?
Well, great.
Good. Can you imagine if I butchered those names? What would happen to me? I would never be able to show my face on Shrewsbury Street.
Being Italian and all.
Yeah. Actually being Sicilian, which is, you know,
yeah,
like
almost Italian.
That's like no. Spoken like a true Northern Italian, right, Nino?
No. Actually, my family's from Southern Italy, but
Southern
even they don't consider Sicilians Italian.
No. I often heard the joke, what do you get when you cross an Italian with a gorilla? A Sicilian.
That's
lovely. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. No, Sicilian is like Italian on steroids. That's basically what it is. All right, so let's talk. We got to get to traffic and weather in a second. And I know I took a lot of time introducing it, but this is very important. This is something, Janelle, that has been gone for 10 years. And I was out of the city for a while, back in the city, out of the city, and it has been gone. And it really is a sin that it's been gone. I need to compliment you and all these other wonderful young people, a new generation of Italian Americans, for bringing this back. What was the idea?
Well, like yourself, I was gone out of the city for a while and came back, and the last festival that I can remember was when I was in high school. Now I'm going to be 37 this year, so it's been quite a while. The reason why it came back, I think, is we all started to realize, where are the Italian festivals? There were 3, there are none now, and it's been so long, and now we all have children, and we want to bring the same tradition back to our families, and we want to make it an annual thing, so it's something to look forward to next year.
All right, you laid set the table for us. We're gonna start rolling out the entrees, and by that I mean all the information and some of the food and what's going to happen and why you should get involved in this. And I'll tell you what, folks, I was talking about the fabric of the city and things that contribute to the fabric of the city. This is something we really need. We need this festival now more than ever in Worcester. 7:40, 69 degrees.
It's brought to you by...
Right now we got Danny Ferrantino, of course, me, Jim Polito. We have from our sales department, John DePietro. And from the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Italian Festival Committee, we have Janelle Garofoli, we have Nino Jimé, and we have Mike Scaglione. You know what? The old Yankees that own this radio station, they are rolling over in their graves right now. Look at that. Look at the Italians taking, the place has gone to pot. All the Italians are taking over our radio station. Well, isn't that wonderful?
I love it.
Great. They really get upset too. Jordan jokes about this. My God, it's you on the air in the afternoon. Thank God that that we are reflecting the diversity of this great city here on WTAG. Okay, Janelle, you set the table for us. You wanted to bring this back, and I applaud you. This is a Herculean effort to put this together. I'm sure it makes you respect our ancestors, the Italians who started on Shrewsbury Street and moved everywhere else, and some are still there, and some have moved back. But what they went through to have this festival every year.
Right. I think that with our committee, we all have the same idea in mind, because our parents or grandparents came over here from Italy. The church at Mount Carmel was their refuge.
Yeah.
They could all speak in their native tongue and feel comfortable. They didn't have to hide. They set up their own clubs down Shrewsbury Street, and they used to have even smaller feasts down the side roads, like Muskego Road had their own little feast.
Right, right.
And we remember that, you know, when our committee remembers that when we were kids, it was just great, fun memories. And I think that we want to honor the older generation and bring it all back because it was, you know, a comfortable place for them to go and celebrate their heritage, and we want to, you know, do that again.
And we're just going to remind you, it's August 21st, 22nd, 23rd at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church. Grease pole, right?
Actually, we're nixing that this year.
Ah.
Stay tuned next year.
Stay tuned next year. Okay. All right, I can live with it. Nino, Italian American, my generation. The families started there in Shrewsbury Street. We moved on. What does it mean to you, and why should people, by the way, who aren't even Italian attend this
Well,
event?
you know, I always like to say, you know, the French made cooking an art form, but the Italians made cooking a religion. So. The food is always the number one reason. The food is always the number one reason to go to an Italian festival.
They got them half and half.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is, and you can celebrate this. Like I was welcomed with open arms at the Albanian Festival because it's all about experiencing another person's culture, experiencing another person's experience. But I mean, this is a lot of work for you. You're a busy businessman. This is a lot of work for you.
To really answer your question, the thing that has me most excited, as you mentioned, is that this younger generation has stepped up. I mean, you know, I'm 39 and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
I've done my share of things at the church, and you know, we needed the younger generation to step up. And quite frankly, part of the reason that Monsignor Pedoni gave him the okay to go ahead is he said, they want to do something, I don't want to say no to them. So.
Yeah.
And I've got to tell you, I'm marveling at what they've put together in, what has it been, maybe 5 months now?
Not even.
Not even?
4
Yeah,
months.
you guys really, I remember you started talking to us a while ago. I got to tell you an anecdote about Monsignor Pedoni. I mean, when I was an altar boy at Our Lady of Mount Carmel, as my 3 older brothers were, he was a deacon. He was studying to be a priest, and he was a deacon. And he used to come in, he used to have these glasses on. He had this thick red hair, but cut short. And we always thought he was the cool, we would call kind of Monsignor Pedoni the cool priest, because he wore the black pants, but the black short sleeve shirt. And we always thought
That's right.
he looked, you know, in relation to, say, people like Father Capuano, Mastriani, you know.
Father Capuano slept in his Roman collar.
He did. He was, we used to call him, I'll tell you a funny story, Colonel Klink, when we were altar boys, because he looked like Colonel Klink from Hogan's Heroes, but he was a priest's priest. He may have been old fire and brimstone, but he was a great man.
He could have wrote a book on how to be a pastor, too.
He could have. He really turned that church around. Mike, I want to talk to you. You're a committee member, Mike Scaglione. Mike, first of all, you're a WTAG alum. John DePietro just told me that.
I am. I worked up here in the early to mid '90s as the traffic manager, so this is like my old home up here.
Mike, let me ask you, just be honest. Do you feel like you just stepped in a time machine? Because nothing has changed up here, has it?
Some of it has changed. The paneling remains the same. It still smells the same. I noticed the trees up front have grown quite a bit.
Well, yeah.
But no, I love it up here. I love the people. I love the station, and it's great to be back here.
So for you, as an Italian American, what does it mean?
You know, being an Italian American has always been part of my character, part of who I am, but it's always been very hard to put my finger on what it means to be an Italian American. The best way for me to describe it is like a love affair. It brings you great joy, it brings you great pain, but you don't know what you do without it. It's just very much part of who I am, and you know, very much part of who Mike Scaglione is.
That is so eloquent. I've never heard it described. I've asked that question a million times.
It's the only way I can put it. That's the only way I can put it.
It's incredible. Listen, I need to hold you guys over because we really need to get to what people can experience. And I know, you said it best. The French, invented cooking, but the Italians turned it into a religion. It was. And unfortunately, I've been praying a little too much lately. If you know what I mean. 748, 69 degrees. So we'll do one more little segment here. A tradition is returning. A new generation of Italian Americans are making it happen, but you don't need to be Italian. Just like an Italian home, you'll be welcomed with open arms. You'll have plenty to eat. and you feel like you are part of the family. Joining me in the studio one more time, Janelle Garofoli. She's the co-chair of this organization. Nino Jemay, he's a committee member, and Mike Scaglione, who's also a committee member and a WTAG alum. And he came back into the building. He's got a little bit of the shakes. You know, he looked around and said, I will. Yeah, they found. I don't even want to get into it. You should have seen the water, the color of the water after they did these walls. Well, people used to smoke in here too in the old days. They'd be on the air. So, what do you think about the city council? You know, that kind of stuff. Well, all right. Let's go through what fun things will happen. So, I'm going to ask each one of you to focus on one portion of it, and Janelle, I'll start with you. What do you think? I mean, we know food. You could go there, but what do you think?
Okay, so we are also having a kid zone. We're going to keep the rides and games like 12 and under.
Yeah.
We'd like this to be a family event,
Okay.
where our parents can feel comfortable taking their children. There's something for them to do too, other than eat. So we'll have rides and games. Also have Andy the Clown doing face painting and balloons.
How come? Can't you have Angelo the Clown? I mean, what's Andy the Clown?
Her name's Andrea Zona.
Okay. All right, now that explains it.
the Clown.
Thank God. Nino, I was going to say, I mean, at that Nino, at that meeting when they were picking Andy the Clown, I would have expected you to stand up and say, you know, come on, what's going on?
We checked the form, we made sure the last name ended in the ball.
Okay, I'm only teasing you, you know. Okay, so a lot of the things for the kids, not the huge rides, but little things for the kids under 12 to do, right?
That's right. Yeah, we're going to keep it a little bit more subdued for the first year and see how it goes, and then we'll talk about more things next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, what do you want to share with me here?
There's going to be some fantastic Italian music. Ambrosiani, Joe Cariglia. It's going to be fantastic.
Joe Cariglia,
yes.
who's an old elementary school friend of mine. Of course, we called it grammar school back then, who does a great Frank Sinatra.
Yes,
and if you had told me when I was in the 3rd grade that your friend Joe Cariglia was one day going to be doing Frank Sinatra, I said, really? Joe
He's a
Cariglia?
crooner.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
amazing.
He's very, very good. And a nice guy, too.
Going to be joined by Mark Toro. It's going to be fantastic. There's going to be lots of great sights and sounds, and we want everybody to come down and join us. As with any Italian celebration, we love people to join us. So we're asking everybody, community-wide, whether you be Catholic or not, whether you be Italian or not, we want to share our heritage, our faith, our neighborhood with you. So everybody is cordially invited.
All right. Nino, what about you?
Well, let's not forget, I mean, we missed the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel this year because we got a late start. We'll hit it on the mark next year in July, but it's also the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel that we'll be celebrating. And a big part of any Italian feast in Italy is a procession. There will be a procession.
Oh, so you're going to do the procession?
Yes, I'm negotiating with the young people exactly how far down Shrewsbury Street we're going to walk, but we're going to process down Shrewsbury Street with the band. And
that's amazing because that was a tradition. That was a very well. It's a big tradition in any Italian community. You go to the North End, you go to Little Italy in New York, and we used to have it right on Shrewsbury Street.
Yeah. So
the procession is going to be on Sunday, August 23rd at 11 a.m.
Excellent.
And we're going to have an Italian marching band. And
Wow.
yeah, it's going to be old school with the Madonna, and you can put the money on her.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is a great tradition. Let's just make the ask here, folks. If you want more information, you can go to Mount Carmel Festival. Mount Carmel Festival. MT, not the full word. MountCarmelFestival.com. It's going to be the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd. There's going to be 2 Politos there Friday night. Well, there'll be much more than that. There'll be one that you'll probably want to see. That's our Lieutenant Governor, a proud Italian American, now the Lieutenant Governor of the Commonwealth. And then I'll be there, but you're going to want to talk to her. But I'll be there if you want to talk to me, right?
That's right.
All right. So, guys, I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
There's no reason to thank us.
We need to thank the whole committee.
Okay.
They are amazing. Yeah.
Okay, and they have, and I think what they've done is amazing.
Yeah.
We talk about younger generations not bringing the traditions back of the past, traditions that older people miss. Look what you guys did, incredible. Buona fortuna. How's that?
Grazie. Molto grazie.
All right, 7:58, 69 degrees. Don't forget, August 21st, 22nd, 23rd, Our Lady of Mount Carmel.